and we'll get into this in just a minute. Before we get into that, a couple of house cleaning items. We have to be out of here by 8:30 or around 8:30, and we're going to need help from everybody to clean up the tables and chairs. There were 5 ladies that were here starting at 9 a.m. this morning, and they didn't leave until 3, and that was Carrie Jordan, Lynn, Christy, Chris, Cindy Bell, and Jill. Jill Brickman. Yeah, lots of Jills, lots of Carries. Thank y'all for doing that. And the 5 of them set up all of these tables, all of these chairs. So when we're done here, we absolutely need help cleaning all this up. The other people I want to thank are all the moms that served the food tonight. Thank you. That's normally a thankless job. I really appreciate it. As someone who's been part of the organization for a while, one of the hardest things to get is volunteers. This is a volunteer-led nonprofit program, and so every time I volunteer, it really helps us out. And these knuckleheads down here, eventually they realize that it may not be now, but maybe when they're 25, they realize my parents are pretty cool. Also, really big shout out and thank you to Coach Corey, Coach Jonah, and Coach Logan for this season. To see the turnaround from last year to this year and what these kids accomplished, what they learned, how far advanced they got from in 1 year is remarkable. We're sad Logan can't be here tonight. He's in Hawaii, and we hate him for that. But big part of the family, and I would encourage all of you, we'll talk about this later, lacrosse is definitely a family because it is the fastest growing sport in the state of Texas, and it's the fastest growing sport in central Texas, but it's also a smaller community than you think, and it's very important to stay involved. So I would encourage you, and we'll talk about that later, about how to get involved, etc. Another big shout out to Brad Johnson. Brad has helped us with all of the facilities. He lets us in. He has to stay there, and then he's the last one to leave. He's found God knows how many lacrosse balls because he drives around. He picks them up for us, and he is an integral part of what we do. We can't have these fields. We don't get the opportunity to practice where we do and play where we do without Brad. So a big thank you. Oh yeah, we have. Who has the card? All right, we'll bring you a card here in a minute. The other big thank you to probably the greatest photographer on the planet, Kira. If you haven't seen Kira has literally made every single game. She is part of this team. We should have given her a jersey. She's on the field in the heat. She hears the kids. She hears them talking on the field. She hears what they say. And the last game against Bowie, I got to talk to her for a minute, and she could have gone out there and coached, which she should have. It was quite amazing. So for the coaches, Brad, Kira, we really appreciate you. The other thank yous I really want to hand out, again, like I mentioned, this is an all-volunteer organization. The board, we don't make any money. In fact, we have to do our jobs and then do this job. And you can't please everybody, but we do our best. But a lot of the volunteers that came out and helped this year with the field setup, and I know I'm not going to get everyone's names, but I know Jason Jordan, Chris Ammon, Noel Brinkman, I reluctantly say Phil Cheatham. Phil is huge, just to let y'all know. Joe Burkhart, I know there's others. I want to thank all of you for what you've done coming to help. I want to thank a big shout out to the Burkharts, what they've done behind the scenes that nobody really knows about. They have been absolutely huge for us. Melissa ran all the concession stands, did the merch. Joe, during his son's senior year, he was live streaming all the games and watching the game from a little camera or a laptop. So when Braden scored his full field goal, Joe saw it like this. Thank y'all so much. I know Jason and Chris Ammon also served as our trainers. Unfortunately, did nothing to help Santi, But really appreciate everything you did there. All the volunteers who helped our signing days with Risto and with Jake. There were a lot of people involved to make sure that those days were special. I'm glad all the boys showed up because there are more NCAA lacrosse players sitting right here, and that should motivate you. And you'll notice up here, so far over the last 4 years, these are all the schools that we've had players go play at that are all NCAA Divisions 1, 2, and 3. Senior Day was a phenomenal success, and that does not happen without Sarah Pickett and Carrie Carnett. They made that young. Give them a round of applause. A lot of parents were involved in that in helping, but being that they're underclassmen parents, which we really appreciate when underclassmen really help out with the seniors, so senior parents can enjoy one last ride with their kid on senior day. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Carrie. For the banquet, I know a lot of people signed up to help put this together, meaning picking up items, going to pick up the food, setting this all up, contributing desserts. It really takes everybody. It takes a village, right? It takes a village to raise a family. It definitely takes a village to make this happen. And we really are here to celebrate these kids and what they've accomplished and make sure that this has been a life learning lesson for them. But a really big thank you. Again, I've been involved in this organization probably longer than any of y'all want to be involved in this organization. But a huge thank you to Bud and Bonnie Cheatham. And I'd really like everybody to give them a big round of applause. This is the 4th year in a row that Bud and Bonnie have paid for us to use this church and given us this opportunity to let you know where we started. The very first banquet that we ever had was in the Quan backyard. And we had to get it over quickly because lightning was coming. So it's very nice that we're here. So Bud and Bonnie, we really can't thank you enough. And seeing you at all the games for the last 4 years, and I've been blessed to be a part of that. So thank you so much. I think that's not going to be tonight. This is to celebrate these kids, celebrate what they accomplished this year, which was a lot. Y'all left a legacy, which is good. You set the foundation for something to grow on. We're going to celebrate that tonight. We're going to have some fun. We're going to honor them. We're going to show some videos. Probably make fun of y'all a little bit. But overall, this has been a very successful year, and very happy to be a part of it. Very honored to be a part of this family. But right now, we're going to move now, and we're going to play the senior tribute video and thank these knuckleheads for what they've done for the last 4 years.
He's an admirably hard worker. He has dedicated himself to football and lacrosse, which are 2 very physical sports. Dan, I cannot thank you enough for being part of this team. You have shown me what it takes to be a leader. You've shown me how dedicated you have to be to a sport to prove yourself in a way. And you have helped this team so much over these past few years you've been on it. And you're someone I look up to. And you've definitely helped me throughout the past 3 years. Some things that I'm going to keep with me as I go up to my senior year is how you offer a helping hand every time in practice. And you would always go get the goals. Last year, especially when nobody would go do it, you would step up and take the opportunity to show what it takes. I mean, after every practice, ever since at least I've known you, I've always seen you running the field, or at least running suicides, which is, those are hard, bro. Bible verse I want you to keep with you is Colossians 3:23, which says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as if working for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know what you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving." Man, I love you, bro. I can't wait to see what God has for you in the future, and good luck in the Naval Academy.
My second shout out goes to Vista, Amara, One thing that makes her so special is that he's the type of guy always come out and work with you, no matter if he's had a bad day or if you're having a bad day. If it's just him or if it's the entire team going out, he'll go out with you, shoot, talk, debrief, and he's always there for you. One personal impact that he's made for me would be just helping me grow as a player, whether I like it or not. Sometimes I like to argue with him, but I know that he's always just trying to help me, and that's what I appreciate about him. And then one specific moment that I really remember with him is shooting, and then we would go to tropical smoothie afterwards, and then we would just cool down, get a smoothie, and then we would just chill and go home. And then a direct message to Vista: keep being a dog and do good as Southwestern Ground.
Taylor, and I just wanted to talk about Scott today. Even though he didn't always show it, Scott just wanted to win. He's one of the most competitive players on the whole team, and this showed through his intensity in practices and in games. Scott would always show up to practices, team dinners, and shoot-arounds, which just goes to show his commitment to this team. His development from his junior to senior season really highlighted this commitment since he took on a greater, more crucial role in our offense this season. One of my favorite memories of Scott was during the season versus Kingwood, when I had the ball out on the wing and threw it up to Scott, and he stepped down and hit bar down off of my assist. Finally, I just want to thank Scott for giving me rides, and we really do appreciate you, Scott. You've done a lot for this team, and we're definitely going to miss having you around next season.
Lennon is a very special person on the field. One thing that makes him special is dedication, always showing up no matter what. At the very beginning, whenever I met him, he was very friendly and welcoming. One thing that will always remember is convincing me when he played for a coach. Also, remember, whenever you guys need to go to this paper, we wish Lennon a good future, and hope he comes and supports us later in the future.
I'm Tiger Sanchez, and I'll be giving a senior shout out to my brother, Esteban. Este is an amazing player on and off the field. He has an energy that has kept us going this entire season. His love for the game is unmatched, and he has given it his all every game day this year. I remember back when we were kids and I was never able to score on you. It always drove me to be better and better. You'd always give me tips and tricks on what to do and how to do it. I adored you, and you were always a role model to me. I'm so happy that you're able to showcase your skills this season. I love you so much, and being able to play this final year with you is really a dream come true. I love you so much, and can't wait to see what you get us.
I'm very much talk about my buddy Brady Burke. He's a very honorable guy who will hold you accountable for your mistakes, but also your achievements. He's the type of guy you always want to have around, whether we're stretching for a game, or middle of practice, or king what after a practice. He's just a really fun guy to have around and always likes something new. I remember over the summer, he would get me and the defensive guys out on the field, so he always wanted us prepared for the next game, the next practice, the next whatever. He just always wanted us to be ready. And I'm so thankful to have you on the team, Brandon. You're such a great guy, and you've taught me so much. Good luck at Arkansas, and I hope you have a lot of fun there.
Hi, my name is Kimura, and I'm giving a senior shout out to my buddy Jacob Vasquez. Something that makes Jacob so special is no matter who you are, if you need a ride to a team event like practice, film, or dinner, he's always there for you. He'll go out of his way just to make sure you're there and on time. And the impact that Jacob's had on me over the years is no matter what it is, from my GBs to my face-offs, he's always just trying to make me a better player at whatever it is, shooting, face-off clamps, whatever it is, he's always there just trying to make me better. I would say a special memory that I have with Jacob is the first time I was able to play lacrosse was because of him. He actually lended me his gear to play my first box lacrosse game, and I just fell in love with the sport ever since. I just love the sport, and I want to thank him for that. A direct message I have for you, Jacob, is ball out, go hard, man. I'm excited to see what you can do at that next level. I'm excited to see how you play, man.
All right. Aaron did a good job with his thank you, so I want to make sure I reiterate from my side. To thank all the parents, the players, the board, my assistant coaches. I know how much it takes from the fall all the way to spring and the time and dedication on top of everything else we have going on. So I really am thankful for everything that you guys did to make sure that we had a successful season. I do want to make sure that I thank my family for all the text messages during the games for feedback on my coaching. So I wanted to make sure to give them a special shout out as they are here tonight. This was my 12th year of coaching high school lacrosse. I'm entering my 20th year on the club side this summer. So over the years, I think for every year loss I had was a lesson to be had coaching these teams. And one thing I told this group of guys, this was my favorite season I've had so far. And what I think back to it is last year is just looking at how we were building the culture. Do the seniors know the freshmen? Do the juniors know the sophomores? Do we know each other's names? How do we interact as a group? Those are the big things that lead to success. As much as it is about the game of lacrosse, it's about who we are as a group. And going into it last year, going into this year, it's not 30 kids, 30 relationships. It's 900 different relationships. All right, each individual player has a different relationship with a different player on the team. And that was a big thing last year as us coaches, is just getting to play, hey, you guys need to hang out together. You guys need to become friends, all right, more than teammates off the field. And I think going from last year to this year, I think that's how we saw that flip no better. Because the more and more as this year went on, I saw them hanging out. We had a practice last night for club ball. What did you guys do after? Yeah, we went to hang out and ate at Taco Bell. Okay, that's why we had those 9 wins this season. Okay? It's the little things. And when I was in my first couple years of coaching, it was so much of lacrosse. Then as you get older, as you have kids, you start to see like what they're going through 14, 18. As these guys know, I always joke, I go, my mental health depends on 14 and 18-year-olds. And I understand they're going through things. I understand they have schoolwork. These kids all know, it's, hey, you come talk to me, you know I will at least understand, and we can talk through things, and there are other things going on. And I think their dedication, on top of us as coaches, making sure we understand what they're going through, is the reason we got to where we were this season. We graduated some great players. And we had a lot of guys returning. That was the same thing from last year. And we had some new players come in. And we had an awesome season. And I really appreciate all the players, especially you guys that came out. That's a daunting thing. Never played a sport like lacrosse, where you're like, I didn't even watch this on TV. I didn't know what this is, but hey, I'll sign up. And it was super cool to watch those JV games. Watching them walk out going, all right, we have 5 brand new lacrosse players on the field, and they started playing lacrosse 2 weeks ago. And so it was awesome to see them compete, buy in, help improve our culture. So I just want to thank everybody. It wouldn't be the success it was without everybody in this room. And once again, after 12 years, it's definitely my favorite season. All right. So, yeah, who was first? Okay, so we had the players vote on awards for varsity and JV. The first one is varsity MVP, Snake. Take a picture of this. Stand our JV unsung hero, Brandon Conti. All right. JV most improved, Kenny Lee. All right. JV MVP, Jackson Bond. Varsity most improved, Caleb. All right, Spirit Award. We just did one for Spirit Award. Bennett Hatton. Varsity unsung hero, Santi. All right. JV Rookie of the Year, Tyler Turnley. And Varsity Rookie of the Year, Esty. All right, and then we have our Thistle Awards. I know you guys have already heard these, but I'll read them off. Bennett Patton, honorable mention defensive midfield. All right, Risto, honorable mention midfield. Snake, all district photo. And SD, all district goalie. All right, for our car wash winners, we have a cash reward and a head. So, for first place, sold 11 watches, the Conti brothers. And second place, Aiden. All right, final thoughts from me, seniors. Thank you so much. This season was built around your guys' commitment to us going to elementary schools, helping with communication. You know, a good culture is set by the coach, but a great culture is set by the players. And I think you guys have left the junior, sophomore, and freshman in great hands. And I know they're going to remember you. And so I just appreciate the time that you guys put in this program, leaving us as coaches, being other coaches on the field. I know that you set us in a better path, and I know it's going to, once again, create memories for these guys that are up and coming. Hopefully they're emulating what you guys did for us. So thank you, everyone. Thanks, Jonah. Thanks, Logan and White. And thank you, parents, Brad, Kira, all of you. This is an amazing year, and I can't wait to do it again.
We have one more award, and this this is going to be just for an overall team MVP. She's been here all 4 years and got a lot of pictures of you idiots that y'all can post on your Instagram page and pick up chicks. So Kira, thank you. We don't want you to forget about us, so you get trophy. All right, I want to take a real quick moment to recognize the board just real quick, and just so I don't get everybody confused, and there's a lot of information coming at me. So the board, I'm saving you for last. I want to start with Chad Kernan, who is our treasurer. Raise your hands. Jason Jordan, who has been also our trainer. Melissa Burkhart, who has done everything. Thank you, Melissa. Jill Hinnick, with the scariest husband I've ever seen, but is actually a teddy bear. Mike Conti, who has stepped up everywhere we needed him. Turns out, even though my last name is Quan, that dude's a lot better at math, and he's doing all of our finances too. And lastly, our president, Chris Cheatham. Before you clap real quick, I have a lot to say about Chris, and none of it's good. I'm just kidding. She's been amazing. She has served on this board for 4 years. She's been my partner in crime as we navigated when we brought Cedar Park and Vista Ridge together. That was no small feat. There were days we both were looking for street fentanyl. But overall, we brought this together. We've created this, and in that time frame, this team has gone to a state championship, made playoff runs. We've had to go through a coaching search, and so on. So I can't say enough good things about Chris Cheetah and what she's been to us and what she personally means to me and my family. I love her very much. Thank you, Chris. All right. This might be the moment all these kids were waiting for. I don't know. So if you're new to this organization, we do this thing called the Ridgies, and we started this about 6 years ago, I think, 5 years ago. If you're familiar with The Office, Michael Scott gave out the Dunkies. These aren't always the best award to get. I'm going to take a few shots at your kids, so buckle up. It's not meant to be personal. For some of them it is. But the first one I want to give is this GOAT Award. And this is going to Bud and Bonnie Cheatham. We've been fortunate enough that we've had to watch Landon play for 4 years because he played with our older son and now our younger son. For 4 straight years, we've seen Bud and Barney at the games, both home and away, in the cold and the heat. They donate this. Y'all deserve more than a golden goat, but you got a golden goat, so thank you so much. So back to the Ridgies. Again, just to note, I've lost Facebook friends over this because I probably took too hard a shot at your kid. I tried to, Christy's pulled me back in. There were several. She was like, absolutely not, you're not doing that. So thank her. We're in a church too, so I had to pull a lot of them back. But hopefully we'll have some fun. And to let you know, I always pick on my kid too. None of my kids have ever been exempt from this. All right, so I hope you'll find this funny and entertaining. We'll start right now. And actually, just the other day, I had to text Jonah, Logan, and Corey, and I just wanted to get some clarification. I said, hey, who had the most penalty minutes this year? And for the 3rd year in a row, it turned out my DNA was in the lockbox more than anybody. 3 years in a row. And for probably the stupidest penalty I've ever seen in the 9 years I've watched this sport, Pearson, come get some handcuffs and don't be stupid. Yeah, he just looked at me and said he's getting face tattoos. All right. So this sport is called lacrosse. You play with a stick. There's a saying back there that said, every ground ball is a battle to win. This team couldn't figure out what sport they were playing. It really looked like y'all were playing a mixture of gardening and hockey. So, almost all of you played that sport, except for 3 of you, and those 3 were Jake, Esty, and Grayson. The rest of you, we want you to sleep with this next to you. What this is, it's a rake and a hockey stick, and we want to remind you, you scoop through ground balls, you don't break them, and you don't play hockey. So if you were on varsity this year, come up here and get your rake and your hockey stick. Thank you, Esty, Jake, and Grayson for scooping through. Landon just said he wasn't allowed to go to ground balls because of his massive headwinds. All right. So, those need to be on your nightstand every morning when you wake up. Look at it, remember, especially if you're a freshman, sophomore, or junior. Don't ever forget. Oh yeah. All right. So, in watching this sport, we realize that some kids struggle, and maybe in general, to put one foot in front of the other, which sometimes makes running pretty difficult. For example, we have one player who really struggled running in practice this season. He face planted on the field really hard. So I went out to the field and I actually cut the piece of turf where his face landed, and his face was still on there. Dylan Conti, come get your face. Brad, don't worry, I cut that one. Oh! All right, we're making some cuts tonight. Oh, and Brad, that grass didn't come from Vista Ridge. We cut it off a Rouse because I hate them. All right. So it turns out if you don't show up to 1 year of a banquet, the following year you're going to get called out. So once again, the Ridgie for the 2025 Rookie of the Year is Ben Kashuba. So I know there's a few missing this year, so we're going to rip them apart next year. Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, so since I announced the games, if y'all don't like me doing it, believe me, I will let anyone else do it. But since I announced games, I know that announcing the visiting team names can be a challenge. But in San Antonio, the San Antonio Reagan game, that announcer gave us the Ridgie Award for our very own Kellen Cornnut. All right, so normally, you hear dudes. Normally, these dudes will be told, like, "Hey, don't skip leg day." In this case, we have one kid that has redwood trees for his legs, and so we got him some 1 pound dumbbells so this summer he can work on his upper body strength. Aiden. Be careful, these are heavy. Oh, back up. Can you stop that and go back one? Good. There we go. All right, I'm going to stop here. We're going to make a shift. All right. Has everybody seen this picture before? All right, so we know who's in this picture? Yeah, and we also know that Esty has his baby here tonight. So we're going to stop here. Normally I'd wait to the end for this one, but we're going to go ahead and give this Ridgie Award to whoever that kid is right in that eagle. But everybody likes a yo-yo, right? You've seen these yo-yos. I love a good yo-yo. Who doesn't? Goes up, goes down, goes up, it goes down, back and forth. I quit, I don't. I quit, I don't. I quit, I don't. Wait a minute, you got 35 goals this year. Go get your yo-yo. your baby. All right. One of the key parts to playing this game, to playing lacrosse, is that you actually have a stick in your hand and you keep it in your hand. We had one player that all year long, he just couldn't keep that stick in his hand. He'd just poke check and fly out, poke check and fly out. Thank God he has this summer to figure that out. So Caleb Pinnock, we got you some pine tar. And we really hope he learns how to hold on to that thing. All right, we had one kid this year who missed a game to go do some welding. What game was that? Do y'all remember? Westlake B? It was Westlake B? Turns out, White, you got the game ball for that game, and we welded it for you. Oh, that's good. So, we have one player that is hands down the toughest kid in this room. And in fact, for tonight, for this rookie, I actually debated and talked about building an octagon in this room and having him square up with Christopher Hennick. I was actually scared for Christopher, so we decided not to do that. So instead, for next season, we got this kid a first aid kit because this kid played through a broken hand. I don't know if you knew this. He played multiple games with a broken hand. He also looked like massive head wound Harry because his head split open against Bowie. So for next year, Santi, I want you to keep this in your bag. It's just some dirt, because that's all this kid does. He gets hurt, he rubs some dirt on it, he goes back into place. Oh boy. So this is the first year we ever did a car wash fundraiser, which was radically successful. We really appreciate the kids making an effort. But we did have an incident. I don't know if your parents do this. Two of these idiots got the police called on us. So apparently, screaming "help us" at cars driving down Bell Boulevard sounds not so great. So for these two kids, because we're in a church, I'm going to call them stranger danger whistles. Please wear them around your neck and don't scream "help us." Cooper Pearson. Yeah, if y'all didn't know that, they were screaming "help us" while holding up signs, and the police showed up with the lights on and the sirens on. Christy and I were at two-step in, and Jonah came and found me. He goes, "Did you hear what your son did?" I was like, "No, what did you do that?" He goes, "He and Cooper were screaming "help us," and the police showed up because they thought they were getting kidnapped. Shut up. All right, so, you know, I grew up, maybe most of us parents, we grew up in the 90s when rap was really rap. It was good rap. It was not this crap that these kids listen to. And I love a good rap video. I love a good rap group like NWA. I was cute, like, sorry, I know we're in church, but I grew up on that. But this next rookie goes to someone who is way too young to appreciate what it means to pop a cap in someone. But despite that, he still managed to do everything sidearm like this. So we're going to call this the Nettie Duchiquette Award, because if anyone's doing Nettie Duchiquette, you'd remember she would scream at the top of her lungs, "Overhand! Overhand!" So Cohen. I don't think Cohen went down. All right. Overhand. All right. So hopefully, like y'all, one of my favorite TV shows is Ted Lasso. If you ever watched that show, you will know that the animal with the shortest memory is a goldfish. I'd like to pay homage to that show tonight. Because there's a player here that clearly lives in the moment, because the previous moment is long gone. For the shortest memory in the history of this program, Connor Bell, come get a bag of goldfish. multiple stories from the coaches where they'd be talking to Connor and he would literally see a squirrel and take off running for a soccer ball. All right. We're calling this one the Pink Floyd Ridgie, because if you like Pink Floyd like I do, then you like the song Another Brick in the Wall, because the lyrics in that say, we don't need no education. Grammatically, it sounds amazing. But this player was an absolute wall this year, right? And so we're going to give this player a real-life gold brick, right? But there's a flip side to that, because the education part also left a mark on this season. The words definitely, separate, necessary, embarrass, occasionally, restaurant, and exercise were some words that definitely describe why this kid don't need no education. Our spelling bee champion and our brick wall, and with a baby tonight, Esty Sanchez. To let y'all know, they played trivia in Houston in the hotel lobby, and the losing team had to do a spelling bee. And as long as you got your word correct, you left. Esty was there for quite a while. But shockingly, maybe not, he has the highest GPA of all the kids in this room. All right. For 135 years and a total of 126 meetings, 2 teams meet in December every year for one of the best sporting events in the world. Pretty soon, one of our own will be at that game, and he's going to be screaming at the top of his lungs, "Go Army, beat Navy." Bennett, welcome to Army. He's going to Navy, by the way. All right, I got to do something before we do this. I'm so happy that we're going to continue the tradition in our 4th year in a row that we are going to produce NCAA talent. In fact, this year, 2 are going to go on and play at the next level. These 2 are going to square off against each other every year. One of them I'm going to root for a lot. The other one, I hope he breaks his knee. In fact, I'm fairly confident that the 2 of these players will be the MVP of their schools next year. So, Jake, you're going to be the MVP at Southwestern, so come get your Southwestern plaque. And Risto, you're going to be the MVP at Center. All right, we talked earlier about this game, about how we talked earlier about holding onto the stick is a big part of this game, right? That's difficult. But there's another part of this game too. That part's called catching the ball. I thought it was a simple part of the game, but one player's head wasn't ideal for this sport apparently, because I picked up Scott Kim's head after the game, and apparently there's no net. That's why he dropped everything. Oh, yeah. All right. Now we go through these fast. All right. On December 28th, 1975, during the NFC Divisional Playoff game, December 28, 1975, during the NFC Divisional Playoff game, one of the most memorable plays in sports history took place. The Dallas Cowboys faced 4th and 17 with 32 seconds left in the game when Roger Staubach connected with Drew Pearson on a 50-yard touchdown pass. The pass would go on to be called the Hail Mary after Roger Staubach said after the game, "I closed my eyes and said Hail Mary." Since then, 29 Hail Marys have been successful in the NFL, but this year we have a rigid to honor the Hail Mary of Hail Marys. Brandon Burkhart scored the coolest goal I've ever seen in my life. All right. That's it for the Reggie Awards. Again, Christy dialed them all down. For those of you who don't know, my dad's been announcing games for the past 6 years, and there have been a few times he's had a hot mic. So this is a hot mic award that goes to my dad. Christopher, I'm sharing this one with you. He got me in so much trouble this year. I'll tell you the story when I'm not in a church and not on a mic. All right, so as we come to really wrap up the end of this season, I'm really proud of all of y'all for what y'all accomplished this year. Turnaround from last year to this year. You know what? From 2025, our season with the new coach, it was nuts, right? And we really came together, a lot of new players. This year, y'all really turned it on. One of the things I'd really like to encourage all of you is, like Corey said, get to know each other. Hang out outside of just practice. The 2023 team that went to the state championship, from Thursday to Sunday, they were all at my house. Our house is always open. The 3 rules are no drinking, no drugs, no smoking. You are always welcome to hang out at our house. I encourage all of you to hang out and get to know each other on a personal level. You are a team. You will remember this, you'll have fun with it, and I really do encourage y'all to spend time together outside of this. To the families, get involved. Please get involved. There's a lot that goes on, and normally what happens is between 5 and 10 people end up taking on the brunt of everything, and it's a lot for some of these people to carry. So the more volunteers we get, the better. Also, get to know each other, get involved, and get to know the other families. That's why we have Mom's Nights. If you have not been to a Mother's Night, please go to a Mom's Night. Corey, real quick, before I keep going, we have some thank you gifts from the organization all together for you and Jonah. So if you want to come up, and we'll wait till Logan gets back from Hawaii and get his own. But again, I do want to thank everybody for being a part of this season. A lot of you, this doesn't happen without every single person in this room playing some part. But I do encourage you, ask how you can get involved. Come ask me, come ask any of the board members that have been here for a while. We want you involved. We want you to get to know the families. This goes by very, very, very fast, unless you have 2 kids and you're here for 8 years. But other than that, it does go by very, very fast. You won't regret it. You'll make lifelong friends, and you really will have fun. But overall, I just want to thank this team. I want to thank Corey and Jonah and Logan. What they accomplished this year, leading these kids and being a role model for these kids was absolutely incredible. We really, really appreciate that. These kids will remember it. I know when they get into their 20s and 30s, they'll talk about the lacrosse coach that they had in 2026. So thank you all very much. Am I missing anything? No? All right. So that'll bring 2026 to an end. We hope to see all of y'all this summer at different lacrosse tournaments. Again, I can't stress it enough. We love this organization. It's meant a lot to my family for a long time. Leave it better than you found it. Leave a legacy for all you players. Every time you come out here and play, do your absolute best. For your freshmen, I really encourage you to look how those seniors led this year. They were a phenomenal group of seniors. I haven't seen a group like that in a long time. Do what they did. Lead, get to know the younger guys. For all the other families, welcome every family in. Get to know them. Please do your best not to form cliques and sit over here and sit over there. Like, everybody comes together. And for the players, recruit. Go get your friends to come out and play. Right? This is a great sport. Overall, thank you. Everybody have fun tonight. We do need help cleaning all of this up, so please help us get the chairs and tables and all put up. Oh. All right, thank you all. Y'all have fun.